We got Meth to Death in the house. We got Mr. Move. Yeah,
like
boy.
Sounds like a nuke launch going on.
Yeah, would you rather have applause instead? There you go.
Hell yeah. Whatever.
Oh, that's not applause. This is the little horns.
That's even more
There we
fucking
go.
alarms.
There you go, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Everybody's excited to see you.
I'm excited to see them.
Hell yes,
That's fucking
man.
dope.
Thank you all so much. Appreciate it. I know you're not clapping for me. You're clapping for him. But
Clapping
thank
for
you.
each other.
Thank you. Anyways, clap for yourself too.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all are getting it. Y'all are doing it. Cool.
Pat on the back.
Cool. Thank y'all so fucking much for joining us. We got the boy Seth the Meth to Death in the house.
Yep. It's been a while.
It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute.
Been a while since we've had one.
It's been a while. Yeah. Here, let's
just kind of scoot this buddy over. Well,
it'll be all right.
He's all right. He's
I'll
chilling.
kind of angle myself over here so I can talk to you. What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
What's going on, bro? How's it been? How's it been doing?
It's been good.
Yeah, you've been doing the shit.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
Working a lot.
What's the what's been on your mind, man? What you been thinking about here lately? Thinking about anything crazy?
Thinking about summer trips. Thinking about
Summer trips.
like stocks
Yeah.
and the gym. You know, just the regular stuff.
Just the usual. Yeah.
Just the
hell
usual.
Yeah.
Nothing
hell
crazy.
Yeah.
Thinking about like stuff that needs to get done for summer. Oh, your birthday party.
My
Thinking about your birthday party.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier today. Like the logistics of it.
Yeah, and like what to get you.
Yeah, well,
Trust me, we will all. Yeah, I've already told you what I was thinking about getting.
Yeah, well, if I throw a party, man, I just want everybody to be there. That's all I want.
Yeah, that's what I would like.
Hell yeah, that would be
everybody
fucking
have a good
awesome.
time.
Hell yeah,
and
it's the only thing I want for my birthday.
Have some really good tequila with my friends.
Tequila, holy fudge!
You know they got like different. With tequila, you have like different types of like aging, and they call it like different things. So you have like a Blanco, which I think is like white.
Yeah.
And then you have a Reposado, which is just a little bit aged. And then you have, I think, Angio is like an extra aged version, which I think that is a bottle called Clase Azul Gold, which is aged a little bit longer than that bottle in there. And so I think it has like a richer flavor. And it's more expensive, but it's a really cool bottle. And I thought it looked really cool. So. I thought it looked really cool in there, and I was trying to like think who would have like a bottle of it, because I don't think our ABC store has it.
They may now.
Maybe
they might now since they redid it.
They had the regular bottle, that one over there, but this bottle is it's like maybe it's not as common.
Yeah, those bottles are awesome. Didn't you say that they were like hand painted?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, the one I was thinking about is like has hand painted gold on it.
Really? Like actual gold?
Yeah, like 24 karat gold.
That's insane, bro.
Like that one in there is just like hand painted in Mexico. It's like a ceramic vase.
Yeah. That's really badass.
Yeah, it's a piece of art, really.
It really
so like
is.
when you get done with the bottle, you can just display it somewhere. I would like to have like there's like a 3 bottle collection that I would like to get.
Really?
Yeah, you have the Blanco, which is like a tier below that one. Mm-hmm. That one's like the middle tier. And then you have the gold. They also have special editions too, but at that point we're talking about like thousands of dollars.
Damn.
And I probably would, if I would.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Maybe we'll hold off on that one.
Yeah, maybe not for the big 2.5, but maybe for the big 3.0 we'll have something like that.
3.0. Holy
big 3.0
for your 3.0.
That'll be like that's gonna be a few more years.
Hell yeah, man.
But you know,
a few more
years.
We'll
cross that bridge when we get there.
We'll cross that bridge whenever we get there. I'm definitely ready.
But hopefully by that time though, have like a good. I would like to have like a bar, like a reserve of stuff for just my friends, like really nice stuff.
Yeah.
That is meant for special occasions.
Hell yes.
That like a Pappy Van Winkle.
Ooh. Yep.
Like I had my brother got for Christmas.
Yeah, I remember you showing me that.
Eagle Rare is good.
Eagle Rare.
But it doesn't even compare. It almost like tastes like you're drinking something different.
Yeah, man. Some of those whiskeys and tequila, especially whiskeys. People get really big into whiskeys.
Yeah, I mean,
people are like, I know a few whiskey connoisseurs.
Yeah, it's kind of like those guys that collect cars or watches. It's just the same thing.
Just collect whiskey.
Yeah, and then some people that collect Pokemon cards.
Yeah, people collect all kinds of stuff. Do you collect anything? What do you collect? Are you a collector of some sort?
I would like to collect watches. I would like to collect watches, like high-end, like tequilas and bourbons would be like something that I would eventually like to get into. Yep. And eventually cars.
Yeah, that would be badass.
That would be something.
That would be really fucking cool.
But that's like, that would be probably a few years.
It's down the road.
Probably around, I'd say after 3 years, I think I'll be in a position to like kind of actually.
Hell yeah.
I'd be able to start making some really big purchases.
Fuck yeah, we making moves out here.
Yeah, and it'll be cool. Like I don't know what I want yet though.
We're move makers.
Yeah.
We're fucking move makers out here.
That goes back to the stock market thing.
Yeah.
And taking advantage of that, because that can you can use the stock market to like basically 2 or 3 extra income if you know what you're doing.
You sure as hell could.
But you just have to be patient. And just stick the course. Really, it comes down to discipline.
Yeah, it most definitely
staying in there consistently. Like this last stock market dip. Like I haven't been here a while. Yeah, but I've been working a lot. If everybody's wondering where I've been at,
hell yeah. He's been working like a dog.
Yeah, working a lot, working quite a bit.
He's a move maker. We're move makers,
and
we're trying to make moves out here.
The stock market had like a pretty big dip, like a quick dip. And they were talking about how it was the fastest pullback in like 5 years. With like you got things called index funds, and usually those things don't move large percentage points. Index funds are really just a basket of a lot of companies. And so when those move a lot, that basically gives you a pretty good idea of like the whole market, like what's going on. And with the tariffs and stuff like that, even though they're not as severe as what people first thought they were going to be, in the long run, it's like the stock market really runs off more of like an emotion.
It definitely does.
It's more of like it hears something that is like out of a scale of 1 to 10 is maybe like a 3 when it comes to how bad it actually is. Yeah. And it thinks it's like a 10, and so it just panics.
Well, inflation is basically just fucking emotions. That's what inflation is basically based off of.
Well, yeah.
Because the value of the dollar has as much value as the people put into it.
Yeah,
as much trust
as much trust. Like at one point, it was on a gold standard, so you could only print a certain amount. What was the equivalent to the value of the gold? I believe. Once that was taken away, then you could keep on printing money.
It's an unlimited money glitch.
Yeah, well, they print I don't know how much money they print every year, but part of the reason for inflation is just the continuous printing of money. And so, like, say, for example, if your house goes up in value, while houses go up in value over the long term, sometimes it is because they become more valuable. Like, say, if there's you have an area that becomes rezoned, like there was a house in town that was it was a pretty old house, but it was on 16, like the main street coming into, I think that's what that road's called, like 16 or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, yep, it is.
And you had like all the Arby's and all those different like businesses
Bojangles
around it. Yep. So, but at one point a long time ago, those places weren't there.
Especially Arby's.
Yeah, and so other companies are looking to build right across from them and stuff, and they need the land to build it on. Well, there just so happens to be a house there. Yep. And so like those type of situations can make the house a lot more valuable just because of its location. But a lot of times houses gain value. Kind of same thing with the stock market is it's not necessarily the assets that you're holding are becoming more valuable. It's just the commodity that you're using to purchase it is becoming less valuable. Yeah. So like that's just inflation. But so that comes down to like, say if you have like a savings account and let's say the rate of inflation is 3% and you have a savings account and you're getting like I have state employees and they don't really give you much. Like if you put it in the savings account, it's making like not hardly any interest. So let's say if you put a bunch of money in there, let's say $100,000 in your savings account, just to do simple math. By the end of that year, that $100,000 will have lost around $3,000 in purchasing power in comparison to the previous year.
Sheesh.
So if you and people who have it in cash, is probably even worse of a situation. So it's really good to
you're not getting anything.
Well,
at least with the bank account, you're getting.
You're kind of like
a little bit.
So like think about it as if you put $100,000 in a stock and it loses $3,000 in a year.
Yeah.
But you never make that money back.
Yep.
And every year it does that 3%. It's a compound interest in the other direction.
Oh fuck.
So.
yeah. Hell no. So just put your shit in Robinhood Gold, bro.
Well, you could do something like that. This is not financial advice.
This is not financial advice at all. Please do not listen to us.
Yeah. You could do that. I think they got like a 4% interest on it right now. So
they sure do.
You would be at least like.
I think it was more than that.
At one point it was.
Yeah, it was almost 6% at one time. At one point.
Yeah, at one point, like it was way up there.
It was like last year.
You know, you can also do short-term treasury bonds, which give like a 4 or 5%.
Yeah.
Which you put that in there, and every month you get paid a dividend, 4%.
Hell yeah, you can always do that.
And
stocks and bonds, brother.
Yeah, you could do that. But nobody, I don't think they really teach you that in school. I think that's something that you kind of have to learn that on your own.
You kind of got to learn it the hard way.
Research it.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, it takes a lot of research to go into that shit, especially if you're finding out like which ones you want to buy.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are scared too because they're like, it's hard to put your money in something that you don't know. People probably look at it like a casino. Yeah,
well, I see a lot of people gambling nowadays too, especially like sports bets.
Oh yeah,
so many people that I know sports bet.
Oh yeah, and like they'll have like what do they call it, like a parlay?
Yeah,
is that what they call it? And
pretty sure
they'll have like they'll show you their wins, but like I would like to know like over the long term, are you up or are you down? Like
yeah.
Because a lot of times it's like, I don't know if it's just being done for fun or if there's like an actual motive to make money behind it, or is it just like you have this extra money and you're just bored.
Yeah. And you're like, maybe I can make $1 off of this.
Yeah, maybe I can make some quick cash.
Yeah, maybe.
And if they lose the money, like, fuck it, I'll get paid next week anyway.
Fuck it.
So.
Yo. I know people that, I know more people that are in the negative.
I would think so.
Negative than I do in the positive.
I would think so, because how would that business model work?
I probably know
if you
about
had more winners than losers. There wouldn't be no money to get thrown around.
Exactly. I probably know about 1 or 2 people out of 10 that are in the positive. 1 or 2 people out of 10 that are in the positive.
Yeah, I mean, if they just like doing it for fun,
net positive.
I guess that's cool.
Yeah.
But if that person's like trying to make money off it, I'd probably just advise them to just look into getting index funds.
Yeah, but that is not financial advice.
That is not financial advice
at all.
I advise you.
I advise you to advise your fucking self.
I advise you to advise yourself.
Yep. ASAP, as soon as fucking possible. Please get it together. Make moves. Turn into a move maker like us. We're straight fucking move makers. Seriously, we are, bro. We're fucking making moves all the time, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
whether we're working, whether we're bullshitting off,
we're always moving.
We're always moving.
Always moving.
Always moving.
And, bro, I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, let's hear it.
You got any drink recommendations for me?
Yeah, actually, sure. Yeah, I want to have a pina colada.
That's a bet.
I want to have a pina colada. Dude, yeah, because you already talked about it.
I've talked about it so much.
And I was like, fuck, I really need this pina colada, man. I need to have it.
It's going to be good. I'm going to try and make it as authentic to, like, the coconut.
Yep.
It's just going to be source and everything.
It's going to be straight coconutted out. You're going to go pick it from the fucking heights.
I'm going to go to Hawaii and fucking pick it.
You go straight to Hawaii, yep.
Yeah. I got a goddamn candle. It's made out of a fucking coconut.
Yes.
From Hawaii.
I fuck with that candle too.
Yeah. So I hardly like that thing because it's like,
I wouldn't.
It's
I would just keep it around for a while.
Yeah. No, it's dope.
Use it as like a prop.
That's what it is.
We got tons of props in here, man.
Yeah, there's props all over the place.
We got
Batman mask.
Batman.
I mean, you just look around. It's like I Spy with my little eye on here.
Yeah, you never know what the fuck you're gonna find. We even got a PlayStation, a PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Who the fuck has a PlayStation 2, man?
That's Noah's.
Yeah, that's Noah's. It sure is, and all the games are too. Shout out to Noah.
And you got the little trinkets from like different adventures. Like there's part of a that little sign down there that I think Trent and Dylan found.
Yes, the restroom sign.
Yes.
Got the Nissan symbol down there.
Yeah.
We got a bouncy ball over here.
I think that was from Florida. Noah's trip to Florida.
A Rubik's Cube that fucking Brandon. Shout out to Brandon Bowman. He solved the Rubik's Cube.
That's crazy.
Shout out to Brandon Bowman.
Yeah, that's dope.
You know, a fucking man, dude.
I would have just took the stickers off and put them on the...
Well, that's a little... I actually tried that one time.
Does it work?
No.
Oh, fuck. Never mind.
You ever had a sticker that you tried to get off and you tried to get it off, like, and pull it off really slowly?
Rips apart.
And the motherfucker rips. That's about how those are, man. That's about how those are. And I think at some point that they stopped doing the stickers. I think that's just, like, on the plastic itself. I don't know. I could be wrong on that.
I thought maybe like the cheaper ones would probably be.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that one is. Maybe that one does have the stickers. Let's fucking check this shit out, man.
It's hard to tell from back here.
Check out this fucking Rubik's Cube, everybody. Y'all fuck with Rubik's Cubes and shit like that? Look, it's solved. Shout out to Brandon. Yeah, I think... Oh, yeah, these are stickers, man. Fuck, man. These are stickers. I was wrong.
It's all right.
I was wrong, man. I was wrong. Yeah, man. You ever solved the Rubik's Cube before?
No. Hell
never.
No. Well, I mean...
I haven't
I
either.
never...
I never have, ever.
I never really picked one up and tried.
I've picked one up and fucked with it a little bit, but I never really, like, actually set... I think that if I set my mind to it and I watch a bunch of YouTube videos, I'm sure I can figure it out.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things that you have to have enough interest in wanting to solve it. Like, it's like there's other puzzles that they have, like, that I don't know how to describe it, but, like, let's say... it's like different loops or something. You gotta get like there's like different circles. And you have to different size circles. You have to get them like stacked correctly.
Oh, I know exactly, like brain puzzles,
like a brain puzzle. Yeah. But I'm just like, man, fuck that.
I think it's just like anything that fucks with your brain. Well, not fucks with your brain, but like helps your brain out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a Rubik's Cube. There's chess. You know, there's those games that you're talking about. There's all kinds of games out there. Like, you ever played cool math games?
Yeah, I used to play that at Wittenberg Elementary.
I used to get in trouble at Wittenberg Elementary because of that.
Yeah, you would get in trouble. They would like
they would shut your shit down.
They would
fast.
tell you to go play like a certain game, but they had other games on there that were like that were not like really
not cool math.
Yeah, they were not math at all. They were just like cool games.
It was just cool entertainment. Cool entertainment for folks like us.
Yeah, bro, and you had to keep an eye out because, like, teacher would walk around a little and sit down, and then she'd get up again. You have to go to the other screen.
Yep. Bro, in my, Mr. Davis, shout out to Johnny Davis, man. In his class, I would fucking cheat all the time. I would cheat this is like whenever the Chromebooks first started coming around, and they didn't have the firewalls on certain shit. So we would go to take a test online, and it would be for, like, the majority of our grade. And I would just get on the internet and search that shit up. I would just copy and paste the questions into the internet.
Yeah, why not? I mean, if it's like...
And then I'd fucking ace it.
It's like the Chat GPT thing now for...
Absolutely.
I don't know if they've done anything that solved that with, like, it being used to write essays or what. I'm like, well, how could you have, like, a tool that would, like, distinguish between that and a real person?
Well, sometimes people can tell. Sometimes the teachers can tell.
Well, you can go in there and maybe like change little bits of it.
Yeah, you can go in there and be like, "Hey, ChatGPT, make it seem like it's from an actual fucking person." Or actually, what's something cool that I found out that you can do? You can send it something that you wrote, and then tell it to write whatever you need it to write in the format that you wrote whatever you wrote in. You know, and then it'll kind of like, if there's any flaws in what you're typing, it'll kind of replicate it to an extent. You know what I'm saying? Like flaws in the sense of not completely proper or whatnot. I'm guessing that's how that works. I think that it'll still send it to you in a proper form, but it won't be as proper as if you just entered in the prompt and then told it to do whatever instead of you sending whatever you have for it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll type it out like as if you're doing it. Once it starts to realize how you type and how you want it, you know. That's pretty cool. ChatGPT's pretty interesting, man.
You know, and they're just going to keep coming out with like newer versions.
Yeah.
I think they're on 4.0 right now.
Yeah.
Or are they working on a 5.0?
It's right now. It's 4.0. It's 4.0. Like O stands for Omni. So it is. They had 4.0 and then now they got 4.0, which is 4 Omni, and it can do basically everything. I think that's the newest model. But it has a bunch of different shit now since within the past few months. Like it has some sort of reasoning, like where you can get it to reason a bit better. There's a research button on there where you can get it to do like deep research about things. They have a bunch of different tools on there. They also have Sora. I think that's what it's called. I think it's called Sora, where you can generate images into videos. I'm pretty sure. And actually, I've been fucking with it a little bit. Not just that model, but another type of image or video generating model. I've been working with that a little bit for like music videos and shit. And I've been fucking with the videos. I've actually subscribed to another. I don't know what Pika. It's called Pika. And they do videos, so you can put a video in there and it'll alternate it into whatever the fuck that you want it to. You just enter in the prompt whatever you want to happen within the video, and then you send the video in, and then it'll fuck with it. It'll send it back to you, and then you can download it and do whatever you want to with it.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, bro, I fuck with that shit heavy. I think that it's going to be pretty wild once I start implementing it into the music videos. That's the next thing I'm going to work on. I got like a 10 video catalog that I have to... like backlog. I have a 10 video backlog that I have to edit. I have like 10 videos that I need to edit.
How long does it take to edit a single?
A long fucking time. Hours.
So you probably got like,
maybe even days.
You probably got like 100 hours of work.
Yeah, probably because I have to, it takes hours a piece, and then I don't have the time within each day to edit everything, so it takes me multiple days. Multiple hours within multiple days to edit multiple videos. To edit one video.
Have you thought about hiring somebody to do that?
Yeah, but...
I mean, there's only like so much time in the day.
There is only so much time in the day, but I'm also trying to save money, and I'm not trying to, And especially with music videos, like... I've thought about it, but at the same time, like there's like a creative aspect to it too, Like within me editing it, I get to learn more about editing, and I also get to learn more about like the creative aspect of it, about implementing what I want to be in there. Because if I get somebody else to edit it, like it's not gonna. It may be exactly how I want it, but the only way to get it exactly how I want it is if I do it,
Yeah.
So that's why I really just focus on a lot of it myself. And actually, Noah's been wanting to learn how to edit. So there is one like a vlog that we did a while back that I was thinking about posting, thinking about not posting, because with the vlogs and shit, it's like that has like the lowest return. Like where I take a lot of time to edit it and then I post it and it doesn't get that many views. Mm-hmm. Whereas the podcast, it generally does all right. You know what I'm saying? Compared to the vlogs or whatever. And the music videos do good. The party videos do great. So I'm thinking about teaching Noah to edit. Actually, I'm going to teach Noah to edit because he's been wanting to learn how to do it for a while.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Hell yeah. And then maybe he can help me out with some shit. He's been helping out a lot. Noah's been helping out a fuck ton. He's been going to parties with me and taking pictures.
Yeah, he's been to
Shout
all
out
of them.
Fucking napkins.
Noah's the man. He really is super chill. Noah is the one that got me into bartending.
Shout out to napkins.
I don't have that kit anymore, but I used to have a starter bar kit. And that was Noah's personal bar kit.
I remember that kit.
And I still use some of the tools that he gave me. Mm-hmm. And he gave me like a couple like ideas, recipe wise and stuff. So I really appreciate that, Noah, for real.
Yeah, shout out to napkins.
Yeah, he's the man. But yeah, that's dope that he's wanting to learn that. That'd be really helpful.
Hell yeah, that'd be really cool too. It'd give him something to learn. And it's always good to learn shit.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's a lot better than not learning shit. Yeah, it's just like, I guess being just sitting there.
Yeah, chilling. There's a lot of things that like I've had to relearn as well. There's a lot of fucking things. Well, and not even relearn, but it's like kind of refresh my mind on it. Especially with all the books over there. Like, there's so many books over there that I've fucked with and I've read a lot of, and the information stuck with me. And a lot of them, like, a lot of the books have just changed my life. Just all of them in general, you know, and changed my perspective about a lot of things. But there's some information within those books that I like to go back over and kind of relearn to an extent, you know. Because sometimes I get kind of off my game a little bit. And I kind of disregard it, or I don't recall the information within certain books that is helpful. But I think it's more like a mindset type of thing. But a lot of the information within the books is really good to learn and reread for sure, especially if it's a helpful book, like especially 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, you know, How to Win Friends and Influence People, 48 Laws of Power, all those books. Those are like the big ones, are the ones that I read over and over and over again. Like, I've read all those books front to back several times.
Yeah, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, it's a really good book. And you know, I have read it a lot too. It's kind of like one of those foundational books, I think. You know, if like you were wanting to learn, like, a summary of a lot of those books can be put into that book, I feel like.
Yeah, I think so too. And well, especially with self-help books, because that's a lot of the books that I read. A lot of the self-help books have a lot of the same information within them.
Yeah,
I was talking to this lady the other day that I know, Nicole, and because she listens to the Mel Robbins podcast, and I don't really know Mel Robbins, but I've read her book. Let Them. It's called Let Them. It's a newer book that I got, and it's a pretty good book. But a lot of the information within it, I mean, it has theories. It has theories and shit that is unique to that own book. But a lot of the information within it, you can find in other books, especially like 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You know?
Yeah, it's like I guess the most effective way of doing some things really can't be. There's only like so many ways to do the right thing, I guess. Like, it's like, you know, I wish I could put it into like something that'd be easier to understand, but you know, if you have one math book that says 2 + 2 = 4, and another math book says 2 + 2 = 4, it's kind of like the same like way of being is probably going to be the most effective. Like,
for sure.
There's a lot of ways to do it wrong and only a few ways to do it right.
And there's different perspectives too. Like, I've read a lot of books, especially about relationships and just like dynamics between people. And a lot of those books have the same information in it, but on different perspectives as well. And some of them, some of those books I've noticed have different ways about going about things. And it's also helpful to read some of the newer books as well, because some of the newer books are based kind of off of the older books that kind of
a reference.
Yeah, it references older books. And usually if I listen to a good book, or I read a really good book and they have book recommendations like within it, then I will usually get that other book that it references, and I will try to read that one, or I will read it, and then I'll learn from that as well. But the newer books have the information, a lot of the information from the old books. But the thing is with the older books is that some of the information within it don't fully apply. Like, the concepts within it apply, but some of the information, like the fine details, applied in that time. You know, like a book written 20 years ago, some of the information within that book that was written 20 years ago may not apply today. So it's cool to get like a revised version of it, or to have a newer book,
like an updated version.
Yeah, like an update. Some books, like if it's a really popular book, like 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and How to Win Friends and Influence People, they have revised versions that kind of update some of the things within the book to make it apply to more modern times. I think that's pretty cool, and I think that the books that other people written and was influenced by the older books, I think that those are really good too. Like I've noticed a lot of the books that I've read reference older books that I've read too, and they still have the same information in them, but it applies to more modern times, and it's more tuned. It's more tuned, I would say, so you can kind of apply it to yourself now instead of. And a lot of the older books you can still apply to yourself now. You absolutely can. But like I said, there's some fine details within it that sometimes may not apply to today's time.
Yeah, it's like I guess like maybe like technological advances too. Maybe like you had a book
for sure,
like 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I think there was. I don't really know when the first version of it was wrote. I think it was like in the 80s.
Yeah, it was.
And then there was one that was like, the one that I read was from like 2004.
Yeah.
And it was talking about how like those habits were even more present at that. I mean, now that's 20 years ago. It was talking about how that's even more present because of the internet age. Dude was talking about that.
Sure.
Now it's like a social media age.
Yep.
So like the habits, like if you had like a revised like 2025 version, I'm sure it would touch base on something like that,
Yeah, most definitely. And I think that I really think that that's awesome, man. That like just books in general are really fucking cool.
Yeah, so much you can learn, so much like from that, and it can really help you out. I mean, for the rest of your life, because you're like asking a question about like, okay, how do I go about this particular situation?
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's this book that's like okay, I'm not the only one that's been through this, and this is what it this is a new strategy I can use, and we'll see if that works, and if it works, that's great, because now it's like a piece to a puzzle.
Yeah, especially those books that talk about like relations and people. I think that they apply more now than ever, for sure, because like you was talking about, like with the age of the internet, I think more and more people are more disconnected from reality, or disconnected from people in general, and they don't know how to interact with people as good as they used to, or not.
Yeah, I could see that being the case. I mean, I guess there was a certain time when like the only way you could interact with somebody was like face to face.
Yes. Yeah, that's awesome.
So you really had to like, you couldn't. There was no texting or nothing. Like even our parents. They had phones like on the wall.
Yeah.
But that was it.
And I think that we was lucky to experience like in the first, like in our childhood and kind of growing up, like we had phones and shit, but like we didn't really have the internet at our fingertips our whole lives. Like some of these younger people, they've had
iPad kids.
Yeah, iPad kids. They've had the internet glued to their hands for their whole entire life.
I wonder how that like would affect their like attention span.
Definitely affects it bad. Infects it too.
Infects it. It's like
it's a fucking infection.
Like ADHD. It's like an ADHD giver. Like fucking iPads are. They're just like fucking you up.
I'm glad that we was able to experience, like, because as kids, like, I don't know about you, I played with other kids.
Yeah, that's what I did, bro. I used to look forward to like field day at school.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you get to go take like a towel, and you get to go chill out there at Wittenberg. You used to be able to take like, I used to take like a big ass water gun.
Yep.
And I'd go out there. I couldn't hardly hold the fucking thing. It's so big. Had a strap on it. Because once you filled it up with water, dude, that thing was like 20 pounds.
He was fucking Rambo, dude.
You got him. Yeah, fuck. It was like having a chain gun.
Yeah.
It's like a minigun.
Yeah.
And you sit there and you pump it. And you pull the trigger and it made these noises.
Squirt that shit, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And
man.
that was now I guess field day is just like
it's iPad day.
It's iPad
now
day.
field day is fucking iPad day.
You know, you want to go outside, you're just like
the kids don't even want to go outside no more.
Yeah, they're like, they're just sitting in a circle.
Like I want to
show each other their apps on their iPad.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck y'all.
Bro, that's
fuck all that iPad shit.
That's kind of lame, man.
Go talk to somebody for Christ's sake. Please.
Yeah, you could play. Like, you remember when you have like the swings? You have somebody that'd be pushing you on the swing or some shit.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed that. Going outside recess.
Monkey bars.
Think about it. Recess was the most fun time that we had.
Yeah, bro. It was.
Now
the
most fun times that kids have is fucking going to the computer class.
Yeah, and they're not playing cool math games.
They're not playing cool math games. They're
probably
watching porn.
Maybe. I don't know. Shit's crazy.
You never know what the fuck these kids are doing nowadays.
I hope to God that they're...
Kids are probably jerking it at age 9. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Somebody go grab their fucking kids, man. Teach your kids a lesson.
Yeah.
Tell them to interact with people. Don't just give them an iPad, man. Come on.
Well, I think they do that because it's like easy.
I would say every now and then maybe let them play with the devices for sure. I think that there should be a healthy balance. I don't think you should completely remove the devices from their life. But I think there should definitely be a healthy balance and teach the kids how they should have a healthy balance. Now, if you don't have a healthy balance yourself, how in the hell are you going to teach your kids?
I don't think they would.
Some people don't. Some people have a terrible unbalance in their own life, so they can't even teach their kids how to balance their own.
Yeah, it's into like some deeper topics, but I mean...
Yeah, and you're supposed to be the teacher.
Yeah.
They teaching these little kids. Fuck them kids.
It is what it is.
You know what, man? Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids, man. They ain't our kids. We don't give a fuck about your kids. We got our own shit to worry about. Mm-hmm. If you want to discipline your kids, sure. If you don't want to discipline your kids, sure. Whatever the fuck you want to do. At the end of the day, the day going in. You do whatever the fuck you want to do.
For real.
Hell yeah. You fuck with that shit, man?
Hell yeah, I fuck with it. It's not my concern. It ain't my fucking kids.
It ain't my fucking kids.
I was like, look, motherfucker, you chose to have them.
Look, motherfucker. Some people didn't choose that. Actually, well, we can get down deeper topics with that, but we'll keep it. We'll keep it clean, man.
So it is what it is. They got kids.
It is what it is. You got kids now. You got to deal with that shit. When are you gonna have kids? What age do you want to have kids at?
Probably within the next 10 years.
Within the next 10 years.
Well, see, the thing is, I want to be in a position where I know they're going to be okay.
Hell yes.
Financially. Mm-hmm. I think that's the main thing that I need to get squared away first. Kind of like how my brother did it around that 35 age. Yeah, Devin's awesome.
Shout out to Devin.
He's supposed to be flying in a couple weeks, so that'd be cool to see him.
Shout out to Devin.
Talked to him last night.
Love to see you, brother.
But I think 35 would be a good
35. Yeah,
35 would be solid because at that point you're pretty mature. You're established.
Yeah.
And like I plan on staying like consistent with like being active. So even in like 20 years when I'm 55, I'll still be able to like move around and do shit.
Hell yeah.
And by that point, I mean, technology probably moved on to the point where it's like...
Where you can live to be 183.
If you got the money.
If you got the fucking money, dude.
If you got the money, probably.
Maybe. Guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we'll get there when we get there.
How many kids you want?
I don't know. Maybe 3. 3 would be...
3?
I think 3 would be solid. I'm cool with 1 to 3.
Fuck yeah.
You know?
I'm cool with 2.
Yeah. 2's cool too.
I think that's what I'm cool with too.
Yeah. I think that would be... Because at a certain point, it's like I don't think I'd be able to give them all... Like if I had like 10 kids, I'm not going to be able to give them all like the same amount of time. And so I want to make sure that I can be there for all of them.
Yeah.
And that would require... I mean... if I'm working and busy too, I would have to have enough time for all of them, which I would make if there's like 3 of them. But if there was like 10 of them, it'd be hard to do that.
Fucking 10 kids, John and Kate plus 8.
Yeah, it'd be hard.
Hey, they got a divorce.
Who did?
John and Kate plus 8. You don't know them? That was a reality TV show, I think.
I don't know.
It was these 2 people with 8 kids that had 8 kids.
Why'd they get a divorce?
Fuck, probably the 8 kids. No, actually, I don't really know. I really have. Let's actually look it up. I'm actually curious myself.
Well, what they might say the reason was and what actually transpired could be 2 different things, but.
Why did John and Kate get a divorce? Right here. John and Kate Gosselin's divorce filed in 2009 was primarily fueled by infidelity allegations surrounding John and growing dissatisfaction within the marriage. While John denied cheating, Kate alleged that he had been unfaithful, and she also cited his changing behavior, such as increased time away from the home and spending on material possessions, as contributing factors. Yikes,
yeah,
man.
that'll end a relationship.
Infidelity allegations, paparazzi photos, and reports surfaced showing John spending time with another woman while Kate was out of town. Damn, John. Come on, man. While John initially denied any affair, he acknowledged making poor decisions, quote unquote, and was sorry for putting his family in an awkward position.
He's just a lame, dude.
Damn.
He's a lame.
That is crazy.
I guess that fame and money got to him.
Yep. Damn, Kate.
Well,
I wonder what she did.
Got
a divorce. What the fuck are you do, man? Damn, John and Kate plus 8. Yeah, no, I definitely don't want that many fucking kids.
That'd be a lot to fucking deal with.
That's way too many motherfucking kids. I think 2 minimum, 2 maximum for me, and I'm good.
Yeah. I totally agree.
I don't want just one. I was the only child. I know how that shit is. Don't do that to your kids.
They gotta have somebody to play with.
They gotta have somebody to fucking play with. Unless you want your kids to be fucked up like me, you need to have your kids somebody to play with as kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's important.
It's definitely important.
Like, even being way younger, like, year-wise, than my brothers.
Yep.
I still hung out with them when I could.
Yep.
You know? They were only a year apart.
And you learned from them, too.
Oh, hell yeah. I learned a lot of shit from them. A lot of stuff from Devin and Bray.
I had to learn that shit myself.
Hey, man. Well, you did it.
Hey, man.
You did it.
I did it.
You did it.
I did that shit.
You did that shit for
I'm
real.
officially an adult.
Yeah, he's the man.
I don't feel like an adult. I feel like that term...
An adult?
Yeah, still doesn't like apply to me for some reason. An adult.
It's a very... 20s are a weird time.
That's so weird, man. I still feel like a kid. I feel like I'm 16.
Yeah.
I
don't feel very different than what I was.
I don't at all.
Like, at all.
At all.
It just
I feel
seems
the
like
exact
a lot
same.
more responsibilities.
A lot more bullshit, yeah,
a lot
for sure.
More fuckery, and I feel like that's why everybody, like, on the weekends, they want to get together.
Yeah.
And just, like, have a good time because it's like you want to forget about those responsibilities. I think that's why people do that sort of stuff. They just want to have fun.
Yeah. They just want to have fun, man.
I guess that's like carries over to like a college thing too.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people go to college, not even to fucking for the education. Most people don't go to college for the education. They either go there to find a mate or they go there to fucking have fun and network.
Yeah, I mean, if you're smart, network,
yeah,
and develop friendships and.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the career thing.
For sure.
But I mean, how many fucking 18-year-olds really know what the fuck they want to do?
And if you're stupid, you're just going to college just for an education.
Yeah, and some people flunk out, dude. Like they'll just party too much.
Yeah, I think that the statistics are like most people flunk out.
Really?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think so.
I didn't know that. Maybe you could look at like the graduation rates.
Yeah, man. Let's look at it. What % of people that go to college graduate. Okay, right here. Approximately 62.2% of college students who start a bachelor's degree program full-time graduate within 6 years. This means that roughly 62.2 out of every 100 students who begin their college journey will complete their bachelor's degree at the same institution. Okay, so that's higher than I thought that it was.
Like 60%.
Yeah, it's like 60% for sure. 60% of people that will graduate. That's for this is for bachelors. This study is for bachelors. For sure. Actually, this is a 6-year graduation rate. For students starting a 4-year institution, the 6-year graduation rate is 62.2%. Wow. Okay.
That's not that bad, honestly. I wonder, like, what the average student debt is.
Okay, let's look it up. What's the average student debt? Let's look that shit up. The average student loan debt for borrowers nationwide is $38,375. This includes both federal and private loans. The median debt is between $20,000 and $24,999.
So kind of like a new car.
Meaning half of borrowers owe more and half owe less.
So like the average is like, let's just say 40 grand. So it's like a nice new car debt.
Hell yeah. And if you don't graduate, you're still stuck with that debt.
I wonder what the interest is on that debt.
Shit, probably something stupid. Let's look up the average rate.
Okay, so like for example, if you buy, let's say a house for $250,000.
Yep.
And let's say you put.
Yeah, but usually house loans are like 3% maybe.
Yeah.
Let's say average.
But if it's a 30-year mortgage, let's see. You probably end up paying like $400,000 over that time period. Okay. I wonder what it would be for like the interest rates for a student loan.
Hear this statistic. The average student loan interest rate for federal direct, subsidized, and unsubsidized loans for undergraduate students is 6.53% for the 2024-2025 academic year. For graduate or professional students, the rate for district unsubsidized loans is 8.08%. And for direct plus loans, the graduate/professional students and parents is 9.08%. Private student loans interest rates generally range from 3.5 to 17%. That's fucking insane, dude. So you could get a lower interest rate on your fucking car.
I think that's where they make the money, is off the interest.
For sure.
So
make a fuck ton of money off of that.
Yeah.
Sure. Shout out to interest. Shout out to
interest
student loans.
Is you gotta knock that interest out.
You gotta knock those bitches out. Yeah.
That's why it's good to put a big down payment on something if you can.
Yeah, most definitely.
Even with just like a house,
stay out of debt.
You can 20% down on a house. It's gonna help you out a lot. It's gonna save you a lot of money in the long run. It really will.
Sure. Stay out of debt unless that debt's gonna make you more money than the debt is causing.
Yeah, like there's ways that you can play with debt, but I just
Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Read that book, folks.
Yeah, you can definitely take advantage of debt.
Good debt, bad debt.
Yeah, it's I think a lot of that is bad debt.
Yeah. Most debt that people have is bad debt.
Yeah, I mean,
for sure. Liabilities and shit like that.
That interest will eat you up, man.
That interest will fuck you over.
If you ain't careful.
Yeah.
Because like even with like a car.
You
get a car.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like a family member, they get like a car for $20,000, and by the time they get done paying it off, they've spent like $30,000.
Hell yeah, interest is fucking me over right now as we speak.
Yeah, dude, it's it's like a slippery slope with that sort of stuff.
It definitely is.
Like even with like even the national debt, the interest on the national debt is going to end up being higher than the income for all the taxes that are brought in. So okay, let's say you got so much debt that you no longer can pay your debt.
Yeah.
All you can do is break even with the interest of the debt, so you never get out of debt.
Never. Isn't that lovely?
That's a great way to get ahead.
What if a country never gets out of debt? What happens then? I don't know.
I mean,
guess we're gonna fucking find out.
I guess like I mean, pretty bad. I'm sure there's a way around it. Like it's not.
I mean, it's the government. Why can't they just be like, yeah, you know what? We ain't gonna pay that.
That's probably what would happen. And then like, I don't know what would happen in that case. They can just. I mean, money's made up anyway.
If they can do
money's made up, just
student loan debt, they can get rid of that.
It's really just made up numbers.
It's really just bullshit.
It's just everybody has to have a reason to work.
It's like, just a stupid goddamn game that we're playing, dude.
In a way, and everybody's playing it.
Everybody's fucking playing it. Oh God,
it's like
we're getting played right now by debt.
I don't have any.
Okay, well I do. So listen, I'm getting fucked over. Well, you shouldn't have made those stupid decisions.
It's not a stupid decision. It's just, I guess you got to figure out a way to increase income.
Yeah, and there's different ways I can go about doing things. And man. I can fix it.
Yeah, you can.
I'll fix it.
It's
I'm responsible.
I thought at the rate you're going, you'll be good by next year.
Oh yeah, I'll be good. I'll get rid of it for sure. I'm not worried about it.
What are you going to do when you get there though? Are you going to try and like build like
I'll just probably save a fuck ton of money.
You think that's probably what you'll do? You think you'll create like an emergency fund?
For sure. I mean, I'm still saving money on the side right now, but like whenever I pay my debt off, I'll 100% be saving a whole fuck ton of money.
It'll be nice to have that like that security, that like feeling of like, okay, anything, like say something happens to the car, like I don't know. Like you run over a bunch of nails and all four of your tires get fucked up.
Yep.
You need a whole new set of tires. You're like, okay, I've got like a 6-month emergency fund. It's no big deal. Yep. It's not like, and there's somebody else out there that happens to them, and they're like, there's people at work that I work with that are they make a lot more than me, but the thing is that they are living paycheck to paycheck because they can't. Yeah. They have like a lifestyle inflation. So
yes.
They also gamble.
Yeah.
They buy like scratch off tickets, thinking that they're going to win big. Yeah. And who knows how much thousands of dollars that they've spent over the years on those scratch offs. They're not cheap. They're $50 scratch off tickets. And and I'm just like, man, like this person's making X amount more than me, and it's like they're struggling, and
but really you're making more than them.
Well, saving a lot more. Well, the thing is, you can basically give yourself your own raises if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't think that how much you make is really like how much you make is not really how much you make. Like how much money you keep is really how much money you make.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying? If you're able to like invest. Okay, so right now, about, I'd say 65% of my take-home pay is invested.
Yeah, that's awesome.
About 65%.
That's really fucking cool.
And so everything, and that allows me to pay for everything else.
Well, that's the way I look like at the debt that I've put upon myself. Is I look at it as an investment. So
well, it's allowed you to get a hold of things years in advance rather than having to save up and then buy it. I mean, you're kind of like trading in, like you're getting something now. It's a form of investment that it's like a long-term bond. It's like it's gonna, bond. And you'll get your payout years down the road.
Yes, sir.
Because you got like a couple years head start now. But you all just have to stick with it.
For sure.
If you don't stay consistent with it, then I would say it would not be.
Absolutely.
It would have been a bad decision. But if you stick with it, then it's not a bad decision.
Consistency is key.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, there was a quote. It was what was it? We are what we do repeatedly. Success then is not a what is it? I forgot what it was. It was like success isn't a I forget, not an action but like a habit. Something like along the lines of that.
Yep.
I wish I had that quote. I might have it on here. Let's see.
Yep.
I think it was Aristotle that said that.
Shout the fuck out to Aristotle. Aristotle! We fuck with you, bro.
Yeah, he's the man.
He's the man. Shout out to Aristotle. Sucks that you had to leave us so early.
Yeah, man. You were born a few thousand years too early.
Yeah, maybe next time. Maybe we'll have you on the next podcast.
Yeah.
The next
Imagine
live.
having that type of person, or like imagine you had like Alexander the Great here, or like.
Yeah, I think of like Jordan Peterson as like a modern day philosopher.
Yeah, he definitely. I think they'll probably have books about him in the future.
Yeah, like I definitely see like, because he was just like Aristotle was like a big time intellect for sure. Like Plato and all those other people that were like that.
A lot of them, I think, knew each other.
Yeah,
like they were different. Like, I think that those guys also educated like different leaders of Rome.
Absolutely, they have. Yeah,
they were like, because you'd have because I mean, to be a leader or emperor, you need like the best education in order to make good decisions.
For sure, absolutely.
Unfortunately, though, that people get corrupted by that power and end up causing things like the fall of Rome, really due to their incompetence.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like if you be able to target like Genghis Khan or some shit.
Genghis Khan.
You know.
Man, that would be a hell of a podcast.
That would be dope. Or like the Pharaohs or something like that.
Or Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, yeah, that'd be dope.
That'd be fucking dope. Shout out to Will Ferrell.
Yeah, he's the man.
Or here, let's get that thumbnail. Or maybe who's that other guy? Fuck, man. I'm trying to think of his goddamn name, man. He's a damn Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, yeah.
Jim Carrey. Yeah, he's a kind of a weirdo, though.
Yeah, he I don't know.
But who isn't?
Everybody's got their own little...
I think I'm definitely a weirdo for sure.
Well, I mean...
Well...
There's definitely weirder people.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely weirder people out there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely.
I'm definitely weird, but there's weirder people out there.
You're eccentric. You're an eccentric guy. It's not like...
Yeah. I feel like I'm pretty grounded. I kind of know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm aware that I'm weird.
You don't have that many screws loose.
Not that many.
Not that many.
But I still got some fucking screws loose.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Goddamn.
Goddamn, man. Hell yeah, man.
Fuck.
You ready to fuck this shit up, man?
Yeah, yeah, this shit was good.
Yeah,
it was good. Like, I don't even know how long we went.
We went fucking 58 minutes and 17 seconds. Fuck yeah, man.
A whole hour.
A whole ass hour. And if you appreciate Wholehearted Entertainment like we appreciate you, then fuck with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Buy a hat.
Yeah, buy a fucking hat.
Buy a hat.
www.aceofhearts.info. Go buy a goddamn hat right now.
Yep. These guys like their hats.
These guys love their fucking hats. The monkey loves his hat. Yeah. The chicken loves its hat. The fucking squid loves its hat.
The wall
loves the hats, man.
Everybody loves the hats.
Everybody loves the hats. Who doesn't fucking love the hat? And we love you.
Yeah.
We love you so much.
Y'all are the shit.
We'll catch you on the next motherfucking episode.
Yeah. See you guys. Peace.